Good afternoon. Welcome back to Zoology first year class. We are in the SAQs already in the fifth lesson, locomotion and reproduction. Here the next lesson, locomotion reproduction in protozoans. SAQs we completed. The 4 SAQs we completed. Next lesson is the biology in human welfare. Here this one is the about the biology in human welfare. Biology in human welfare. From this lesson, SAQs we are going to discuss. The first one is called as the adaptations of parasites. Here, the parasites develop the special adaptations. The adaptations of parasites we are going to discuss. The parasites every time present inside of the host. Parasites depends on the host for the survival. Survival purpose, the parasites for food or shelter, the parasites are depending on the host for the survival. Here, the hosts are reject what they did. Hosts are reject that one, tend to reject and resist the parasites. They are reject the parasites. That time, the parasites what they did means they are evolved the adaptations. Here they change the body structure. That we call as adaptations. The parasites have evolved adaptations. Why? To correct they counteract with the and neutralize the host defense system. Here neutralizing of the host defense system for fighting purpose. They are preparing the some type of adaptations. Here next these adaptations are loss of unnecessary sense organs. Here they are what are the adaptations? They lost the unnecessary sense organs and develop organs for the attachment and the highly reproductive capacity. Here they are what adaptations they are having. Parasites means they loss of unnecessary sense organs and development of the organs for attaching purpose. Every time along with the digestive content they will comes out. That's why they prepare the attachment purpose. Some organs they can prepare and also they are having the reproductive capacity. Why means the some is destroyed, some will be survived. That's why they are having the highly reproductive capacity they are having. Here next what are the special parasitic adaptations here? Means the parasites present inside of the host for survival purpose, they are preparing some structures. That structures we call it as the adaptations. Tend to live inside of the host. They are preparing some structures that we call as a parasitic adaptations. Clear? See this one. In order to live in the host, live inside of the host, they are developing the attachment organs. For the attaching purpose, they are forming the organs. That organs may be hooks, suckers, or rostellum. Clear? See this one. Tinea solium is the tapeworm. Tinea solium is having the head-like structure is present. That head-like structures we call as a scolex. This scolex is having the teeth-like 2 rows of teeth-like structures are present. That we call it as a hooks. Here that is called as a hooks. Next is the on the side head, the head on its scolex only. The sticker-like structures are present laterally, dorsally, and ventrally. The 4 suckers are there. They are also helpful for the attachment of the host. Clear? Next is the rostellum. The conical structure is in that we call as a rostellum. All the three are called it as a attachment substance, attaching organs. Clear? In order to live in the host, some parasites prepare the attachment organs. What are they? Hooks, suckers, and the rostellum. Here for the attachment purpose. This is the second one. Some parasites develop the protective covering like cuticle. Some parasites surrounding that, they are having the thick cuticle is present. Why means they are cuticle tegument for the withstanding of the host digestive enzymes. Hosts are every time releasing of some parasites are present in the intestine. Now, in the intestine, every time the digestive enzymes are produced by the host. For the withstand with that digestive enzyme, surrounding one thick layer is formed. That thick layer we call as the cuticle or also called tegument is formed. Some animals, which one? Ascaris. That we learned about the life cycle of Ascaris now. Ascaris is covered by the cuticle only. Here, next the fasciola hepatica, they are having the tegument surrounding. Here means for the withstand with the digestive. See this one. The Ascaris and the fasciola. Here, this one is the examples for the covering the protective cuticle. Next is the some parasites produce the large number of eggs. They are parasites every time they are producing the number of eggs, extra eggs they are producing. How it is means the tinea or tapeworm has the 700 to 800 proglatids. So let us see this one. I'll simply I'm drawing the rough diagram. See, this one is the tinea solium. Already I said there the scolex is it. This is having the like this tape, like this form is there. That tapeworm is having the strobila is there. This one is a strobila. This is having the number of segment-like structures are present. These segments-like structures we called it as a proglatids. These how many proglatids are present? The 700 to 900 proglatids are present. But each and every proglatid is having the 3,500. Imagine like this, how many? 700 to 900 like this segment like proglatids are present. Each and every proglatid is having 3,500 eggs are present. Means how many eggs are produced? Millions of eggs are produced per day. Is it clear? That's why this is about the tinea solium. Ascaris, for example, Ascaris lay the eggs, 2 lakhs of eggs per day. Here like this, the parasites are producing large number of eggs. Next, some parasites produce anti-enzymes. Some parasites produce the which enzymes? Anti-enzymes for neutralizing of the host enzymes. Here, neutralize the host digestive enzymes. Tinea solium. Tinea solium is present in the intestine. They are producing the digestive enzymes. Host producing means man producing digestive enzyme, neutralizing purpose. They produce the anti-enzymes. Here, they are having the for the protecting from the digestive enzymes. They are covered with the tegument or cuticle, and some parasites they are reversely they are producing of the anti-enzymes. Here, next one is the some parasites develop the complex life cycle with larval forms. Normally, any organism, 2-3 larval forms are present. But here, some parasites develop the complex life cycle. What is the complex life cycle means? In the life cycle, many larval forms, larval stages are there that we call it as the complex life cycle. For example, fasciola. Fasciola is having the number of the larval forms are there. The Redia, Cercaria, like this number of the larval forms are there inside of the fasciola. Clear? Next, some parasites show the development of the cyst. For the any unfavorable conditions are there. That time what they did, entamoeba only, they comes out to the soil. That time they form it as a cyst. For the protection purpose, surrounding, they form the cyst. For example, see this one, entamoeba. Entamoeba, you know, after the tetranucleated cyst is come out. Means before the coming out, they surrounding, they form a cyst. That's why The parasites are forming the cyst. Next, some parasites change the surface antigen and escaping the vaccines. For the preventing the diseases, the human we are taking the vaccines now. Every time they can change. They are the intelligent. Means the parasites are they every time change the surface antigens. Here antigens are changed. The we are taking no use for the vaccines. We are taking that is no use. That's why they change the surface antigens and escaping from the vaccines. Here, this one is about the parasitic adaptations. This is the first question in the biology sixth lesson, biology and human welfare. Here, next. We're discussing the SAQs are very, very important. In the from these SAQs only, you will get the in the exam the questions. That's why follow regularly. Here, next one. Hypertrophy and the hyperplasia. Here, hypertrophy and the next one is hypertrophy and the hyperplasia. So this one, hypertrophy and the hyperplasia. What it is means the some parasites cause the abnormal increase in the size of the host cell. Cell size is increased. For example, in the plasmodium, plasmodium is present in the man RBC na, in the erythrocytic cycle time, they are present inside of the RBC. The when the parasite is present in the RBC, they are double in size. Their cell size is RBC size is double in size. That condition is called as a hypertrophy. In the presence of parasite, the host cell size is increased. That is called as a the hypertrophy. The cell which is finally ruptured. Finally, they swollen and they can rupture. Here, the example see example plasmodium causes the increase the size of the WBC. Finally, they burst and release the merozoites. Here, next, what about the hyperplasia? Here, hypertrophy means hypertrophy means increase the size of cell. Increase size of host cell. That we call as a the hypertrophy. Hyperplasia means number of cells. Here the hyperplasia. Some parasites cause the increase the increase number of cells. Increase the number of cells that causes the inconvenience and cause the death of the host. Means they are here they are causing the size of the cell is increased, but here the number of cells are increased. That's why they blockage the organs. That time the parasites will be the host will be the death to the host. Here, for example, Fasciola hepatica lives in the bile duct of sheep. Fasciola hepatica is having the number of hosts are required for the completion of the life cycle. This is means also present in the sheep. Sheep bile duct represent the bile ducts are blockaged by this hyperplasia. Here it blocks the passage of the bile duct and increasing the cells. Here this one is about the hypertrophy and the hyperplasia. Second SAQ, this one is next is Not both is not that much important, but anyway, I'll take this one. Already in the life cycle we discussed. Simply I will explain this. The entamoeba histolytica, the trophozoite stage. Here. Here, this is the mainly the trophozoite stage. See this one, this is the single pseudopodia is present. This is the most active, motile, feeding and parasitic stage. The cystic stage and the pre-cystic stage, both of them are not the inactive stages and the non-motile stages, but here these are the active, motile, feeding and pathogenic. They cause the disease. That's why we call it a pathogenic stage. Here, where they are living, they are these stages. The trophozoite stage is present in the mucus and submucous layer of the large intestine of man. Large intestine is having the 4 layers. So many times I said serous layer, muscle layer, submucosa, mucosa layer. This trophozoite is present in the inner 2 layers, submucosa and submucosa layer of the large intestine. Here. Next, the body is surrounded by this is called as a plasmalemma. Next, the cytoplasm is differentiated into outer viscous non-granular ectoplasm and the inner fluid-like granular endoplasm. Here, endoplasm we are discussing. Endoplasm contains ribosomes. They are having the ribosomes, the food vacuoles, and the with RBC are also with the bacteria. Next, the heart wheel shaped nucleus. Here, every time entamoeba means they are having the heart wheel shaped nucleus is present. Wheel-like structure is present. Here, next, it respires anaerobically. Mitochondria is absent. That's why it the respires anaerobically and it produces the proteolytic enzyme called as a histolysin. That's why the name entamoeba histolytica. Histolysin enzyme that dissolves the host tissue. Here, this mode of nutrition is the holozoic. They take the debris and blood. That's why that is called as a holozoic type of nutrition. Here, this one is about the trophozoite stage. Next, pathogenicity of entamoeba histolytica. The pathogenicity of the entamoeba histolytica, mainly the entamoeba cause the ulcers inside of the large intestine. They form it as pathogenicity means how they are causing the disease in the human, that we call the pathogenicity. Entamoeba cause the ulcers. Here they are causing the ulcers in the large intestine. Ulcers are formed means automatically the blood is oozed out. The blood cells are used out and the cellular debris and bacteria. From the ulcers, the blood is comes out and the debris and bacteria is comes out. Here, next, ultimately there will be blood and mucus in the motion. The blood and mucus is appear. This is called as a intestinal amoebiasis or also called as a amoebic dysentery. Here, first, the entamoeba present in the large intestine. In the large intestine, they make it as a wound. Wound means ulcers. Ulcers are caused from the ulcers, the blood cells and cellular debris and bacteria is comes out. Here, this blood and mucus along with the fecal matter, they comes out and that is called as the intestinal amoebiasis or also called as a amoebic dysentery. Here, next, sometimes trophozoites are enter the bloodstream. Normally, trophozoites are present in the large intestine. Sometimes what they did means some trophozoites enter inside of the bloodstream and reaches the vital organs. Which one? The lungs, maybe heart, kidneys, and brain. They enter in that one and causing the mainly abscess is caused, means the swelling like structure is formed and the abscess, those organs leading to the severe pathological conditions. It means they may be damaged, severe pathological conditions occur, that is called as a extra-intestinal amoebiasis. Outside of the intestine, the amoebiasis is caused. That's why we call it an extra-intestinal amoebiasis. There, some people asymptomatic cyst passes. Some people do not exhibit symptoms. Such people are called as the carriers or asymptomatic cyst passes. Here, they are not having the symptoms of the amoebiasis, but their fecal matter or their stool containing the tetranucleated cyst. Normally, those people are having the tetranucleated cyst. They are having the symptoms, but some people they doesn't have any symptoms and their fecal matter or stool is containing the tetranucleated cyst. That people we call it as a asymptomatic cyst pass. The cyst will be passed from the one human being to another human being. That's why we call it as a asymptomatic cyst passes. Clear? This one is about the this is also important pathogenicity of Entamoeba histolytica. Next, pathogenicity of Wuchereria bronchiecti. This is also important. See this one. Wuchereria bronchiecti. Here, this is also belongs to the Nematohelminthes. Here, nematoda. Here, this Wuchereria bronchiecti is commonly called as a filarial worm. They are causing the disease filariasis. Filariasis. That's why we call it a filarial worm. Common name of the Wuchereria bronchiecti is the filarial worm. The light infection, the Wuchereria bronchiecti light infection is there. That time what will occur means it causes the fever, headache and depression. The less infection is there, that time the fever will occur, headache and depression will be occur. Next, generally microfilaria causes the inflammation of the lymph vessels and lymph glands, like a blood vessels surrounding of that interstitial fluid, the containing the blood vessels are there that we call as the lymph vessels. Lymph vessels and lymph glands are undergoes the swelling. Inflammation is occur in the generally microfilaria cause the inflammation in the lymph vessels and the glands. Next is the lymph vessel inflammation is called as a lymphangitis. In the lymph vessels, the swelling is there, inflammation is there, that we call as a lymphangitis. In the lymph vessels, any swelling is there, that we call as a lymphangitis. In the lymph glands, inflammation is there, that we call as a lymphadentis. That we call as a lymphadentis. Lymphadentis. Different names means lymphangitis means inflammation in the vessels. Lymphadentis means the inflammation in the glands. Next, when there is a heavy infection, light infection time, these are occur. Light infection time, fever will occur, the headache will occur, depression will occur, the inside of the vessels, the inflammation is there, that we call as a lymphangitis. Inside of the lymph glands, the inflammation is there, that we call as a lymphadentis. Heavy infection time, what they have there, it means the microfilaria clog the lymph vessels and causing the swelling and drooping the parts. Means the more infection is there, that time what will happen means they blockage the vessels and the nodes, lymph nodes and lymph vessels are undergoes blockage, and what will happen means fibrous tissue accumulated near these parts, the sweat glands and sweat glands are disintegrated. The lymph transportation is not occur. That time what will happen means in the skin, the sebaceous glands and the sweat glands are not working properly. See this one. Sweat glands disintegrate and skin becomes as a rough elephant leg-like. The rough skin is formed. That is called as the elephantiasis. Why the elephantiasis means elephant skin? How it is there? Like that, the skin will be appear. The skin is inside of the skin. The glands means the sweat glands and the sebaceous glands are disintegrated. That we call as the elephantiasis. Here, you note down this one: lymphadentis and the lymphangitis, lymphadentis, and elephantiasis. Three words are important here. Filariasis is there. Filariasis means normally called as a filaria. Total combinedly we call as a filariasis. Yeah, this one is about the pathogenicity of Wuchereria branchopsy. Next. Typhoid fever. This is also sometimes not that much important, but I will explain this one. The short notes on the typhoid. Here, typhoid fever is caused by the, all of you know this one, Salmonella typhi bacteria. Gram positive bacteria is causing. Here, typhoid is caused by the Salmonella typhi gram negative bacteria is causing this one. Where it is present? This bacteria is present in the small intestine of man, and it reaches to the other parts through the circulation. Through the circulation, that bacteria is enter other parts, and what is the test for the detecting of the typhoid? The test we are conducting in the diagnosis, that we call as a viral test, is the confirmation the presence of the salmonella. Next, how the mode of infection? Contaminated food and water. All of you know this one. Typhoid is spreaded by the contaminated food and water. Yeah. Next one is called as the symptoms. Here, what are the symptoms? Continuous fever will occur, weakness is occur, stomach ache, constipation. Here these symptoms are occur, means fever will occur, weakness, stomach pain, the constipation, the headache, loss of appetite, and death, sometimes causing the death also in the severe cases. Clear? This one is about the typhoid fever, and it is okay. This is about the prophylaxis. Leave it that one. Next. Salmonella typhi gram negative bacteria is causing the typhoid fever. Next is already we discussed this one. Tobacco adverse effects. Here we are taking the tobacco. What are the effects are there? That in this question, in this answer, we are going to discuss the what are the symptoms? Mainly the tobacco smoked or chewed as gutka or snuffed. Means we are taking the tobacco, any type of, means smoking, chewed or gutka, snuffed. Smoking increases the carbon monoxide level inside of the blood, and carbon monoxide level is increased. Automatically, oxygen level is decreased. Here, the increases the carbon monoxide level in the blood and reduce the oxygen level. Here, next the tobacco contain, next one, the chemical is there that we call as a nicotine. This nicotine, what's the effect of this? Is the alkaloid. Here actually it's a one type of chemical, the alkaloid. The nicotine stimulates the adrenal glands. Here they are stimulating of the adrenal, above the kidney, the adrenal gland is there. That adrenal glands, they are stimulate and releasing of the fight and flight hormones. They are the adrenaline and noradrenaline. See this one. The hormones, adrenaline and the noradrenaline increase the blood pressure as well as heart rate. Clear? The tobacco is containing the nicotine alkaloid. This nicotine alkaloid effect on the means they stimulate the adrenal gland. The adrenal gland is producing the hormones, two hormones, adrenaline and the noradrenaline. What is the effect of that? These hormones are increase the blood pressure, automatically the heart rate also increase. Next, it is also cause the bronchitis. Here they may be cause the bronchitis. They may be cause the bronchitis and emphysema and the coronary heart disease and gastric ulcers. Maybe tobacco mainly causes the diseases like bronchitis, emphysema, coronary heart disease, and the gastric ulcers. Next, it increases the incidence of the cancers, which cancers? Throat, lungs, and urinary bladder cancers. Cancers are occur by tobacco intake. They are adverse effects of tobacco. First, it is mainly to increase the carbon monoxide level, decrease the oxygen level, and the nicotine is present in the tobacco. That is mainly stimulates the adrenal gland. They are producing the two hormones, adrenaline and noradrenaline, and also they are increase the blood pressure as well as heart rate, and it is also cause the bronchitis, emphysema, coronary heart disease, and gastric ulcers. Clear? This is the main incidence of the cancers like a throat and lung cancers. Here, this one is about the tobacco adverse effects. Next is the adolescence is the vulnerable phase. Why in adolescence considered as a vulnerable phase? All of you know this one. Adolescence means what the age we call it as a adolescence. That is the between the 12 to 18 years. That teenage we call it as a adolescence age. Clear? It is the bridge between the childhood as well as adulthood. It is the bridge between the childhood and adulthood. During this period, children become mature here, and also the automatically several biological and behavioral changes. Behavioral changes are occur, and as well as biological changes are occur that takes place in this period. That's why we call it as a vulnerable phase. So adolescence is said to be as a vulnerable phase mentally and psychological development of the individual. Here, this one is about the adolescence is the vulnerable phase. Means what is the adolescence age? 12 to 18 years. We call it as the adolescence age. That is the bridge between the childhood and the adulthood. During this period, children become matured, and the changes are occur. Which changes? Behavioral changes and the biological changes. Here, next, that's why the vulnerable phase, the adolescence said to be the vulnerable phase of mental and psychological development of an individual. Next is addiction and dependence is also sometimes this one is also important. That's why first I am taking the addiction and dependence. Addiction and the dependence. Clear? Addiction means the psychological attachment to the effect of euphoria. Means those are they are psychological attachment to the drugs and tobacco that we call it as the addiction. Clear? This is the psychological attachment to certain effects such as a euphoria. Clear? Next, this addictive nature of alcohol, drugs and tobacco, TDA, means the tobacco, drugs and alcohol addiction, they force the people used to them. Here, the repeat use of these drugs, repeatedly use these drugs, increase the tolerance level of the receptors. Here, continuously we are taking means the tolerance of the receptors will be increased. Clear? As a result, receptors respond to only means sometimes what today this much we take, next tomorrow like this amount is increased. Why means the receptors are increase the tolerance. That's why they are not satisfied. Less amount daily, this much amount they are taking, that is not satisfied. That's why they are try to increase like this. The tolerance level will be increased for that drugs. As a result, receptors respond to higher doses. The leading to the greater intake of the drugs is called as a addiction. They are every time they are increasing the taking of the dosage, that we call it as a addiction. Clear? Next, it should be clearly the mind use the drugs even once the force runner of the addiction. Clear? Sometimes we are taking only once, that is the leads to the addiction. Clear? Next, the addictive potential of tobacco, drugs, alcohol pulls the users to viscous circle leading. Clear? Next, the regular use. Abuse means regular use, and they are not able to get out. They are not come out from that addiction. Clear? Next is the absence of the any guidance or counseling. People get addiction, become as a dependent. Clear? They are not giving means they are not taking the guidance or counseling, and the people are get addicted to the dependence. Addiction is transformed transferred to as a dependence. Continuously addiction, they are not used. They are taking the guidance and counseling with others. That time they leads to the dependence. Clear? What is the dependence? Means the tendency of the body. Body cannot. Before that, just we are daily increasing the dosage and they are taking. But in the dependence time, they are not able to live without that. That we call as a dependence. Clear? Tendency of the body to manifest the characteristic unpleasant conditions. They are not taking that type of TDA. What they did means the unpleasant condition will be occur. Clear? If the regular dose of drugs or alcohol discontinue, that will be occur. Clear? Next, what are the symptoms? Withdrawal syndrome. The characteristics are they are not taking that such a drugs and tobacco. They get the anxiety and the shakiness, means shivering will occur, and also nausea and sweating, which may be relieved the regular use of reconsume again. Clear? Next, the dependence leads to patients ignore the social. They can't. The social norms also they are not followed. This one is called as the dependence. Addiction means they regularly they are taking, and the tolerance of the receptors also increase. That's why more amount they are taking. That we call as the addiction. Dependence means in the addiction time they are not taking the counseling or guidelines that leads to the dependence. Means without that they can't live. That we call as a dependence. And in that, what are the withdrawal symptoms? The anxiety will be there, shakiness, and the nausea will be appear inside of this one. Here, this is about the addiction and the dependence. This actual addiction is the psychological attachment of the euphoria, and this one is the tendency of the body manifests the characteristic in the unpleasant conditions. Clear? This one is also is not that much important. The adolescence is a vulnerable phase, that is the important. Sometimes this one is also given. That's why I took this one. Next, last one, important one. This one is the prevention is better than cure. See, the prevention is better than cure. It is a proverb is true for the TDA. Here, this is a one proverb. Prevention is better than cure is a one proverb. This is hold true in the TDA. In the case of TDA, clear how it is? See this one. TDA means tobacco, drug, alcohol abuse. Here, see here, tobacco. What's the full form of this? Tobacco, drug, alcohol, abuse. The full form of TDA is TDA abuse is the tobacco, drug, alcohol abuse. The prevention is better than cure is a proverb. This proverb is hold true in case of the TDA. It is a true in case of the TDA. What the measures are useful for the prevention of this TDA? What it means what is the measures means the first the measures useful for the prevention. Avoid undue parental pressure. Here, the first, total 5 steps, 5 important headings are there in the prevention is better than cure. This is a proverb. This proverb is hold true. In the case of TDA, the measures, 5 measures will be there for the prevention of this. The first one is called as a avoid undue parental pressure. The means what it is means all the children are having the own choices. They will be having own capacities and personalities. Here, each and every child is having the own choices, own capacity, and the personalities are there. The parents here. It is a parents should not force their children to perform beyond performance, beyond the capacity. They can't do anything. That's why the parents are not stress the children. That time we are prevent the tobacco drug abuse. Here means the parents should not force their children to perform beyond the capacity. For example, the students they didn't pass also. The parents are expecting to get the rank. That is the more beyond the expectation. The children we are getting giving the pressure. That time they are addicted to the tobacco, drug, alcohol. That is the one condition. They should not compare. And also we should not compare the children with other children here in the studies as well as in the sports or games. Here the means what is the measure? First one, avoid undue parental pressure. Parents are not do the pressure on the children beyond the capacity in the studies and also in the games. That is the first measure that is called as a avoid undue parental pressure. Next, second measure is the responsibility of the parents and teachers. Here, which is the counseling. They have to advise or counsel, help the children. They get to the TDA abuse. Here, those people are there. Those children are get trapped in the TDA. For that children, we are giving the advice as well as counsel. That time they may be changed. That is the responsibility of the teachers as well as parents. Clear? That is about the second one. Second one is the many children is get trapped in the TDA. We can give the counsel and advice to the children. That is called as a second major response. Next is the seeking help from the peers. Peers means friends. From the friends, any one friend, they identify some friends are get wrapped inside of the TDA, that inform to the teachers as well as the parents. That is called as a seeking help from the peers. If the classmates means friends find someone getting trapped in the trap of the TDA, means the classmates or the friends, they find out they are getting to trap to the TDA. Anyone getting trapped to the TDA, that it should be brought notice to their parents and teachers. It should be, they want to inform to the teachers and the parents. Here, this one is about the seeking help from the peers. Next one is called as the fourth measure, education and the counseling. Here, there must be continuous process of the education children regarding to the education means we are educating continuous, we are educating the children, we are telling about the effects of tobacco drug using. That time what will happen means the level of the at every level we are giving education or guidelines, then they can't addict to the TDA. See this one, there must be continuous process of educating the children regarding to the TDA at every level in the form of the lessons, in the form of the stories or lessons. We are telling the each and every stage, then they will not addict to the TDA abuse. That is the fourth measure, that is called as a education and the counseling. Next is the last measure, that is called as a seeking professional and the medical help. Means the last stage they didn't listen. That time what we did means a lot of the help available in the form of highly qualified psychiatrists and the psychologists. Psychologists and psychiatrists are available for the changing of the mood, means changing of mentally, for the changing purpose. The high qualified professions are there for giving the guidelines, are giving the help, and they are called as a qualified psychologists are available and psychiatrists here. And also the re-addiction and the rehabilitation program is also conducted. Means re-addiction means some people are addicted to tobacco, drug, alcohol. For that people, we are giving some treatment that we call as a de-addiction. Here, de-addiction program and rehabilitation programs for the getting the prevent from the TDA abuse. We are conducting some programs. That programs is called as a de-addiction and rehabilitation programs. Here, like this is the tobacco adverse effect. Means this is mainly prevention. Prevention is better than cure. Is the format like this. See this one. One more time explain, the time is there. That's why see this one is the last answer in the which lesson? In the sixth lesson, biology in human welfare. This is the most important question. The major here in this what you did means the first this you learn it. The what it is? Proverb. This is a proverb. Proverb, you first write down proverb, prevention is better than cure. Hold true in the case of TDA abuse. Just put the headings, measures useful for the prevention. And 5 headings are important. What you write afterwards, first remember these 5 headings. Here, clearly you write it these 5 headings, and this one easily you can get the 2 to 3 marks. Here, after that, they write it about this explanation. Here, in the name only there, avoid, undo, parents. Here, the parents are not giving the pressure to the children. And avoid means avoiding the undue parental pressure. We are removing that we call as that is the one measure. Next is the responsibility of the parents and teachers. Here, when any children is getting trapped to the TDA, the parents and teachers, they give the counseling and advice to them, to that children. That is the second one. Next, any classmates or friends are getting their friend or their classmate, they trapped in the TDA, then they find it, they inform to their teachers or the parents. That is the third measure, seeking the help from the peers. Next is the education and the counseling. Here, continuously, we are giving the teenagers, means in the adolescence age, and that time, we are giving the knowledge, or we are educating the children every time. Here, and every level in the form of the lessons we tell about the TDA, what are the effects of TDA, we guide the students here. That is about the education and counseling. Next, the seeking the professional and medical help. Professional means psychologists and the psychiatrists. Professionals they are. The professional help we are taking. That means we are trying, we are giving the counseling, we are giving the advice. They can't listen. That time we take the help from the professional help we are taking through the psychologists and the psychiatrists. And also for that people, they are conducting the programs. They are called as a de-addiction programs and the rehabilitation programs we are conducting. That time they change their mind and they come out from the TDA abuse. This one is about the prevention is better than cure. Here, this one is what questions we discuss means the simply what the major important. I am going to say this one here. This one compulsorily you learn it. The prevention is better than cure. Mostly it will come. That's why compulsorily you learn it this in this lesson. This and tobacco adverse effect I will show. This is also important. Adolescence is a vulnerable phase, but most important I am giving. This one is this one. See, this one is the tobacco adverse effects. Here, this is also one important question. Next is the Ukareria Brancafti, that not that much important. Important only, but most important I am giving here. Pathogenicity of entamoeba is also important. This one is also important question only. See, the write a short notes on the pathogenicity of entamoeba is also most important. This is a very, very easy answer. Learn it this one. And one more, first one. See, parasitic adaptations. See, this one is also important. See, the adaptations of parasites. This one is like this. In the 6th lesson, this compulsorily you learn it. Remaining also you learn. This is stressfully you learn it this year. And one more thing here, with this we finish the 6th lesson, SAQs we completed. 7th lesson, anyway, the diagrams are there. Tomorrow I will how to draw the diagrams. 3 diagrams only important from the Periplaneta Americana. What that is means so many times I said. Now also I am telling. This one is first is the salivary glands. In the 7th lesson, Periplaneta Americana. Periplaneta Americana. This lesson, the 3 diagrams are important. Among the 3 diagrams, one is compulsory. The first one is called as a salivary glands. Second one is the mouth parts of cockroach. Third one is the ommatidium. Like this, 3 are important. Up to the 6th lesson, almost we completed the SAQs. The next, this one is the 7th lesson. From the 7th lesson, the 3 SAQs diagrams are important. Next, last, tomorrow, I will draw the diagram how to draw these diagrams easy way. I'm saying tomorrow, and along with this, the last lesson we are going to discuss ecology and the environment. Clear? This one is about the SAQs. After the finishing of the SAQs, each and every lesson, one by one lesson, BSAQs we are taking important only. Important BSAQs we can take, and we will discuss. Okay, this one is about the SAQs. Next, next with the diagrams, periplaneta diagrams, we will continue the tomorrow's class at the same time. Tomorrow we can meet.